There's this response that's becoming more and more important in everyday life and understanding. Without it, you could end up on a rabbit trail intentionally orchestrated to take you somewhere that you never planned to go. And it goes something like this. No, that's not right. So here's what happened. I went to the store to buy a microwave oven for a very small space. Didn't want to pay much for it, but I just wanted something that would suit my need. So I saw these microwaves on sale for $35. I take it to the counter and they ring up all my stuff. Microwave, $50. So I looked at the cashier and I said, no, that's not right. So he tried a few times and said, no ma'am, the microwave is $50. So I stopped and says, hey, could we get a manager over here? So the manager comes over and he does the same thing and he finally says, well ma'am, actually it's $50. I looked at him and I said, no, that's not right. So can we go over and look at the display? So we get to the display and there they are, marked $35, and the manager says, oh, I see what happened. This is supposed to be on the other side of the display where they're $50. Let's just move that right over. And I says, well, no, I'm gonna ask that you honor the $35 price where this one is marked on this side. So he went over and he looked and he says, oh, I'm so sorry, we can't do that. We only do that if there's more than one in the wrong place. And right now there's only one. So I looked at him and I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's not right, sir, because there's 6 over here marked in the wrong place. And finally he comes over and he says, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give it to you for that price. He told me no 7 times. I would love to say the reason I was able to stay with him like that was because I was so determined. But the truth is I had some inside intel. I have a friend who worked at that store and she had told me about a store policy where anytime something is marked wrong, if it's marked at a lower price, the manager's job was to convince the customer to accept the higher price. So I knew that his policy was to say yes. I just had to go through several no's before we got to the policy. In other words, even though he said no 7 times, there was a limit to the number of times that he could say no. It was in the store policy. I knew it and he knew it. Now he didn't know I knew it, but we were both operating according to the same set of rules. So while the manager was denying me, it was really just the formality because the policy was already in place. All I had to do was deny the lie and stand on the truth and go through the process. In other words, you need God's truth to withstand the world's lies. So here's the deal. You need insider information to withstand outsider fabrication. If you know the manual, you know the truth. So everything outside of the truth is not right. So you don't have to know everything is not right. You don't have to be able to explain and understand all of the things that come at you that are not right. You just need to know the truth. And if it deviates from truth, no, that's not right. Check this out in the Bible. In 1 Samuel 17, there's an Israelite army. They're out there and they're facing the prized warrior named Goliath. They're out there and fear has ravaged the warriors. There's a young guy named David who fortunately has not been hanging with those in the army. So he walks up and he's able to look at it with totally different eyes. He looks at it, he sees the warriors and they're afraid. He sees the giant and he's taunting the army. And David looks at it and he says, who is this uncircumcised Philistine? Nehemiah did it when he had opposition to rebuilding the wall. Esther did it when she was called to make a bold move to protect her people. My question is, are you willing to look in the eye of a lie? Maybe not knowing all of the nuances, maybe not knowing exactly what's off, but having enough truth so that you can say, no, that's not right. The only way to recognize a lie is to know the truth. So as you go through life and you see these situations happening more and more, I just want to encourage you to put some truth on it and just say to it, no, that's not right.